So what's the Grape Explorer talking about today? So we are back to what is called our Bordeaux Grand Cru series. If you're not familiar with the format, what we try to do is we identify a chateau in Bordeaux that we really feel is on its game, and we talk about what's called the past, the present, and the future of that property. But today we're going to zoom in on this property right here. This is called Langoa Barton. Langoa Barton is a very, very interesting property. It's the sister property of Leoville Barton, which is owned by the Barton family. They have a wonderful history, which I'm going to talk about. If you're not familiar with Langoa Barton or Leoville Barton, they're in the area of Saint-Julien, which is right here. And you can see that it's wedged in between Pauillac down here, and then you've got the Omedoc here. So Saint-Julien is right here. It's almost like this little green kind of color. And look at its proximity to the river, as we always say, which is top drawer. But really wanted to spend some time with the Barton family. Anthony Barton, who ran this property for many, many years, is no longer with us, but he was one of the charming gentlemen in all of Bordeaux. A very famous company, Barton Guestière, which is one of the biggest negociants. Very, very powerful company today. But his daughter Lilian and his grandchildren are running the property. Lilian is just a wonderful gal. We see her at the UGC tasting. We see her in Bordeaux. She's very, very, if you want to say, energetic. And we had a chance to discuss a little bit about the history of the Barton family, because my wife and I, we'd actually, when we were in Ireland, we stayed at the Barton residence, which was in Strafford. It's now called the K Club, very famous golf course where they had the Ryder Cup. But it's a beautiful part of Ireland. It's maybe 30 minutes outside of Dublin, but had a chance when I saw Lilian in Bordeaux to actually tell her that we stayed there. And she said, I grew up as a child living in that home. And it was like a beautiful chateau. But the reason why the Bartons even have if you want to say that beautiful chateau, is they are part of a very strong lineage of Irish families that actually left Ireland, and they're called the Geese. And if you've never heard this story, it's a beautiful story. But a lot of these families, Catholic families, had to leave Ireland at the time. Persecution, with the Church of England, so they had to flee, because if they stayed, they'd be arrested or something would happen. But a lot of these people, including the Barton family, ended up in France, the Hennessy family in Cognac. But it's a beautiful story, especially, and a lot of people also. It's not just the Barton family that exists in this story. You see quite a number of chateaus in Bordeaux that are all affiliated through what is called the Geese. You have Chateau McCarthy, Lynchbage, Kirwan, Phelan, Ségur, Chateau Clark, the Dillon family, Aubryon fame, and Chateau de Fizel. And so we had a chance to go to Kinsale, and there's a wine society that was actually started by the Barton family, and they have the museum of actually how these Irish families left Ireland. But guess what? They came back to Ireland. Of course, the Bartons, a beautiful story, the Barton family having this property, the K Club, and it's if you ever get a chance to go to Ireland, and if you are a golfer, because we love to play golf, we actually had a chance to stay there for about 3 days. I didn't want to come home. It was magnificent, beautiful. They have riding stables in Strafford. It reminds you very much of, obviously, England. But at the same time, the Bartons are really on their game. And I wanted to talk about this is one of the best values in all of Bordeaux. If we're talking about the roots go back here to 1722 at Langoa. And, when we talk about Thomas Barton, he was the one that started this family business, left Ireland, and like many successful owners, started out as a negociant or a wine merchant, and then ended up buying a lot of these chateaus. And you're talking about the Leoville property. You've got, and we'll discuss this next too, because the next one up will be Leoville Porphyre, which is the next door neighbor to Langoa, and also to Leoville Barton. But this is a beautiful property, very structured. These are wines that I think need time. I mean, you know, we're talking, this is 2020. We bought this wine on futures. So we feel it's one of the best values in all of Saint-Julien. But this is, you know, I give this wine like 94, 95 points. It's great. I mean, if you taste Leoville Barton, I think obviously that has more precision, more depth, more structure. So, and it's more money. So if you want a value in wine, you go to Langoa, and you can actually drink this wine much younger. But it's a beautiful wine, and again, it's a tribute to the Barton family, who are one of the historic families in all of Bordeaux. But myself being Irish, I'm very proud of them that they've actually, you know, created what is called today Bordeaux. Because if you look at a lot of the chateaus, because of this Irish influence in Bordeaux, these are magnificent properties. Lynch-Bage, obviously, you know, that's another one that we'll talk about at a later date. But we wanted to spend the time because, again, in honor of Anthony Barton, one of the true gentlemen in all of Bordeaux. We're going to miss him, but his family is keeping this on the forefront right now of Saint-Julien. Again, this is the grape explorer, David Cole, always here to bring top quality, beautiful Grand Cru Classe. And we brought one here to the table today, Chateau Langoa Barton. Cheers.